Hello, everyone. My name is Tim Tang from Hughes, and today I have the privilege of speaking with Mitch Rappard from Palo Alto Networks. Mitch, when it comes to cybersecurity, can you tell us a little bit about what is it that you're focused on?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. We're focused on making sure that the devices, the users, the services, the applications in my world, in the 4G and 5G networks, are secure, that the traffic is secure, those networks are protected, and that there's these enterprises, as they go down this path of a digital transformation and adopting new technology, can do so without worrying about cybersecurity threats along the way.
How are you protecting these networks? What is it that you're doing?
Yeah, so we're doing several things. If you start with just looking at the 4G or the 5G network itself, we're making sure that that's protected. So if there's some sort of attack on the radio side towards the core, on the internet, or the services side towards the core, we want to make sure that that doesn't impact the services, often mission critical services that are running in the 4G and the 5G network. So we're making sure that the services are up and running, the infrastructure is secure. We're also very focused on zero trust and making sure that the traffic on the network is secure and that we're able to identify all the assets and all the users as they use the services in a secure manner.
Can you talk a little bit about what zero trust in a mobile network looks like?
Yeah. So if you take a step back and just look at zero trust in general, right? So NIST came out with a special publication 800-207 a while back, which did a great job defining what a zero trust architecture looks like. And it began to talk about this kind of paradigm where instead of assuming that flows in the network might be secure or using perhaps just perimeter security, we really needed to look at every single session on the network and make sure that if there was a user for that session, we knew who the user was. They were authenticated before they accessed a resource. So under that umbrella of doing things, you're able to make sure that assets are only accessed by the appropriate users that are authenticated, that we know what the applications are as those users or devices are getting to those assets, et cetera. If you pivot now towards a mobile network, right, it's a little bit different. So instead of having like maybe just a laptop or an iPad, we have different kinds of devices on these mobile networks. But we want to make sure that we can apply the same sort of zero trust security here. We also have different identifiers involved in these networks. So if you think of a mobile device, instead of perhaps having a MAC address when they're attached to the network, you might have a different hardware identifier, like an IMEI, a mobile equipment identifier. So those visibility into those sorts of identifiers and understanding what they are is very critical to effective zero trust. So now if we have this visibility, we can look at the traffic on the network. We can identify what kind of device it is, maybe the make, the model. Is this a PLC? Is this a laptop? Is this a mobile device? Whatever it may be. And we can go even deeper and say, well, which one is it specifically? Which PLC is this? Or which iPad is this? And we can do that by looking at the specific identifier of the device, like the IMEI or the MZ. And when we do that, we can have very granular security posture, very meaningful posture, and remove that implicit trust, which is the enemy of zero trust.
That's outstanding. We talk often about shifting left and trying to move security earlier and earlier into the journey or into the communication sessions. You're talking about employing security at the device level before or as it actually connects to the network.
That's right, exactly. It's another layer. So 5G does a great job making sure that the device is authenticated. You can't really get on a 5G network without authenticating with the packet core. So that happens, but then even after that, we're going to make sure that we know exactly what the traffic is from that device, and we know exactly which device that is. So if there is some sort of malicious activity, this is very powerful because now remediation can be very specific to that exact device and not just guess on which entity whose IP address may change at a later time was impacted. So it's the right way to do it, and it's very granular security posture. It makes it very available to the user.
Can you talk a little bit about what industries are actually employing these kind of techniques?
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of interest in this in oil and gas and energy and utilities, manufacturing, industries who are doing this transformation from perhaps wireline assets into now 5G networks. And so there's amazing benefits that come from moving to mobile. 5G offers, low latency, high throughput, all kinds of wonderful transport characteristics. but it also can introduce new attack surface and new threats. So customers want to make sure that as they have this digital transformation occur, as they go down this path, that they're doing it in a way that's secure. And so that's where we're partnering with those industries in particular, and others as well, to make sure that that is a secure journey.
Mitch, this has been tremendous. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us.
My pleasure.
Everyone, I've been speaking with Mitch Rappard from Palo Alto Networks, and we've been talking about the idea of zero trust networks at a mobile device level.